Hi everyone, we're getting ready for the second Sunday in Lent, and it's time for Bible Story Time. From our Spark Story Bible, we're going to be reading the story that goes along with today's Sunday school lesson, and that is about Abraham and Sarah's visitors. This story is from the first book of the Bible, the book of Genesis, and it's about two very important people in the Old Testament who receive some visitors that give them some very happy news. So let's read that from the book of Genesis out of the Spark Story Bible, Abraham and Sarah's visitors. When Abram was 99 years old, he and his wife Sarai were still waiting for God's promise of a huge family to come true. Abram was getting frustrated. He asked God, "What are you waiting for?" God spoke to Abram, "I will keep my promise, and I will change your names. Instead of Abram, your name will be Abraham. Instead of Sarai, your wife will be Sarah." Abraham was afraid of what God said. He thought he was too old to become the father of so many people, and that his wife was too old to have children. He fell on his face and peeked up with one eye. Could God really make such a thing happen? Later, as Abraham was sitting by his tent, he saw three strangers walking towards him. Abraham squinted into the sun and wondered who would be visiting him on such a hot day. "Hi," Abraham said when they arrived. "You must be tired from traveling. Would you like to sit down to rest and have some food?" Quickly, Abraham asked Sarah to make some bread. He ordered his servant to prepare some meat. Sarah stood hiding in the tent, listening to the visitors. Who were they? Why had they come to her house? And why were they talking about her? She leaned in a little bit closer. "Your wife, Sarah, will have a son," the visitors said to Abraham. Sarah started to laugh. Didn't they know that she was too old to have a child? The visitors looked up. "Why is Sarah laughing?" they asked. "Doesn't she believe God's promise will happen?" God's promise to Abraham did happen. Sarah had a baby boy and named him Isaac, which means laughter. Abraham and Sarah's family grew and grew and grew, and God blessed each generation with laughter and happiness. Our Bible story activity for today is a pretty simple one, but it can also be sort of hard. You're invited to make a promise to a friend or a family member, and then to make sure that you keep it. Promises are really, really important. They're the sort of thing that we should take really seriously, that we should make sure we can keep as much as possible. God keeps all of God's promises, and God calls us to be the sort of people who keep our promises too. Thanks for listening to today's Bible story time. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week for our next edition. Until then, be safe and be well, and take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Bye, everybody.